Hey YouTube, here I am again with an interesting piece. This is a Citizen Promaster. It's the BN1026 series, also known as the E365, which is the caliber of this Eco-Drive watch, and the 365 indicates the number of days it will run on a single full charge. So that I wasn't aware of that until recently, that the calibers, and if you look at the over the history, I have some older Eco-Drives, I think an E285, is there another E180 or something? So if that indicates the duration of the watch on one charge, then it then it falls into place, and now I realize, okay, so the improvement here is simply the batteries have become more efficient, or maybe the energy consumption has become less, even though I don't think that is the case. Probably more the capacitor or the lithium ion battery in the watches has improved in terms of capacity. So 1 year should be enough. I mean, there are no real situations where, as a permanent or a daily user, you would have to worry about that, I guess, unless you're, let's say, kidnapped and put into some kind of a dungeon or a dark room for a year. Then at least, you know, your time will still be accurate. But by right, it doesn't really matter whether it's 180 days or 365. Yeah, I mean, it charges within a couple of hours. You get back to full charge, so I think there's no real added value of having 365 days runtime. And this is a 300-meter diver. There is the official predecessor, which is the 0156 BN1026, which is a 200-meter diver, and it has a similar design. Does not have a sapphire crystal, which this one does. Most of the these Eco-Drive dive watches usually do not have a what do you call it, a sapphire crystal, and they've gone into this upgrade. For me, I refer to the 300-meter professional diver, and I would see the predecessor as being the good old Ecozilla, which was the standard for the 300-meter mixed gas diving watch from Citizen. I have this one, which obviously is around 10 years old now. It has gone through quite a number of, or a lot of wrist time over time. You can see some of the paint here is chipped off, the naming professional divers 300, so it has some patina. I've also replaced a capacitor. I went to the dealer recently, had a capacitor change, and what you can see here is obviously even though you give it to the professionals, they also have tools that slip, so a little bit of a scratch here, another one over here. So yeah, unfortunately, some nicks and dings. I guess that's just wear and tear, and things can happen. No big issue, but that would be disappointing if I brought this watch for service or something and then came back with a scratch. So what we can see here is the size. The Ecozilla is slightly bigger. This E365 has 46 mil, and the Ecozilla is 48, if I'm not mistaken. The crown, of course, is differently placed. 4 o'clock position is the E365. If I look at the old automatic, or this Fugu type design, actually this is reminiscent of all the Fugus have this serrated bezel. So actually I see some, let's say, design heritage here. You can see there are distinct similarities between these watches, except of course this one is automatic, so give it 2-3 shakes for it to do its thing. But the bezel does have it's reminiscent. You can see the design language of Citizen is quite consistent here across the different generations of watches. Majestic crimson red is the color, and it goes from crimson red, majestic crimson red down here to an almost black lower portion, lower half of the dial of the face. So really nice transition, and you can see the chapter ring. It really throws off some much brighter red reflections, so that's a nice combination. It's red, of course, is not to everyone's taste, but this is really quite subdued. It's a really classic red, reminds more of a nice red wine, very classy red, deep red color. In the sun it does pop, and it really looks pretty nice outside. The bezel, so we have a stainless steel bezel with this highly serrated edges here, which really has a good grip. 120 click unidirectional bezel, really good. So, I mean, these serrated edges are just nicely placed that your fingers always catch the coined edge, and then you, or the serrated edge, and then you have pretty good grip. There you go, it lines up. We've got a nice little loomed pip there inside the triangle, and I guess the insert, I mean, it does look a bit like aluminium. It has this kind of a texture, but I think, I'm not sure, is this aluminium? Could be. It does look like aluminium. Nicely printed, big lettering or numbering on the bezel. It does not have any differentiation between the 15 or 20 minutes. Some of these watches usually they have highlighted 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So this is quite nicely symmetrical. We have a date complication at the 4 o'clock position, so aligned with the crown. The crown is nicely knurled, and it's signed with the Promaster logo. The date window is framed. We have some lume there, so in accordance ISO 6425, we have legibility of all the markers in darkness, so everything is loomed. The hands, we have this, I don't know, it's like a T design of the hour's hand, and the arrow design of the minute's hand, with little, basically little metal bridges in the hands, so some finer metal work done there. The seconds hand has a lume pip at the top, and the seconds, they line up with the chapter ring. So I would say a pretty nice setup here. The markers are look like applied markers. We have a nice let's say outer ring, the lume nicely distributed evenly inside this ring, and really sturdy, beautiful watch. We have a helium escape valve, which the Ecozilla predecessor actually didn't have. It was also 300 meters, no helium escape valve. I think that maybe just a design design topic, because technology advances, so if you could manufacture without a Helium escape valve 10 years ago. You should be able to do that today. So it's just a design language to put a helium escape valve here. What I like is this little text on the side, 300-meter professional divers. It adds a little bit to the side. It's all brushed case, no polished surfaces, bezel, brushed. Our very well knurled crown, easily accessible. We have the crown guards, that all works. And we have a rubber strap, polyurethane strap, which is actually, they advertise it as a new material, basically an eco-friendly, environmentally friendly material which resists hydrolysis when it's wet, whatever that is, hydrolysis. So what does that mean? Does it deteriorate in the water normally, hydrolysis? Not sure. Probably some chemical background. This is a proprietary material of Mitsubishi Chemical, I think. And it has a certain name. What was it? Something Bioni, something. Anyway, it feels good. It does not have that stickiness that the some of the old Citizen wristbands had. This kind of flipper-like stickiness. So it's smooth. It's not too soft. It really has a certain sturdiness. We've got this accordion-style extension here, which helps when you're getting on the wrist to have a bit of flexibility. Obviously, we have some drilled little drilled lug holes here. The lugs basically are inside the wrist strap, not visible, so the wrist strap attaches straight to the case, fully integrated. And you can see here we have an arrow indicating which way to open, or this side you press to release the strap. What I really like, and I'm glad that they've done that, is this beautiful, let's say, vintage dive helmet. It's same as the same design. I guess they've taken that up as their kind of trademark for the dive, for the professional divers. So that really gives it a nice flair, or a bit of a dive flair. Much better than the previous Eco-Drive stamping or laser marking, or it was actually milled or engraved on the case back. So it's doesn't say much here, but we have the E365 statement there, sapphire crystal, and a screw down case back. Well, let's have a quick look at the lume. I'm not gonna dim the lights, but yeah, you can see that will really, that's gonna give it a good lume in darkness, no doubt. We know Citizen has great lume, so this is no exception. Okay, guys, that's about it. Oh, that's all for today. Thanks for listening. Over and out.